Hi everyone, this is Diane.
And this is Alyssa.
And this is
I'm in Sofia.
You want to welcome our guest today?
So welcome to our podcast. Here we have Balázs. Welcome.
No, Balázs.
Okay, Balázs.
Okay, please tell us how to pronounce your name again.
So it's Balázs. It's a Hungarian name. It's
Balázs.
pretty hard
Are you saying it right?
No, the accent is in the front, I think.
I must tell you that you guys are doing much better than 99% of the people.
Oh, thank you.
So.
Thank you. Such
Okay,
a
I
compliment
feel
for us.
great.
Yeah. So, do you want me to share the word for the day, the Bulgarian word for the day?
Okay, we'll do that first and then we'll start our questions and get to know
because I'm
Balázs
very
better.
excited about sharing it.
You always like this part of the...
I love it.
Okay.
It's fun. So, the Bulgarian word for today is puika.
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 So it's a P.
So you actually are saying very well, so that's not interesting.
Puika is
Turkey.
Turkey.
Because today is Thanksgiving, so we have to commemorate this part of the year.
I don't know if it's Thanksgiving as big in Bulgaria. Is it?
It's not.
It's not.
But some American institutions are celebrating it, of course. So
Yes.
we're
That's cool.
saying hi to them.
Yes. All right. So we learned a word, and now we'll get to know our guest much better.
Of course. So can you tell us why did you decide to come to Bulgaria?
So it was not really like a decision, more like, a kind of course of actions we couldn't really avoid. We moved here last summer with my fiancé.
Okay.
And when the coronavirus outbreak started in Hungary, she kind of lost her job. She was working in marketing, and she lost her job, and she couldn't really find another one because thanks to the pandemic, a lot of companies stopped hiring new people. And then she received an offer from Sofia for a Hungarian speaking job.
Nice.
And it was a very nice offer, and we were thinking about this, and I ended up resigning from my job in Budapest, which is the capital of Hungary.
I've been there. Been there, seen
We
there.
know this. We know this.
That's cool. That's cool. So we moved here. We both started to work here and living here since then.
Does the city makes you feel motivated here, and what do you think about it?
The city in general.
I mean, not the city, but the environment. Do you feel
here.
motivated living here in general?
Yeah, both me and my fiancé got very nice jobs here.
Oh, good job. Nice.
So you were able to get a job right when you came here as well, or?
Almost right after.
Wow.
I was.
Yeah, you just
You're so
resigned.
lucky.
No, I don't think it's about luck because
No.
he just chose. He resigned as soon as his fiance got a job here,
Yeah.
and then it's almost like you can get a job anywhere in mentality. And then so you came here like, all right, I got a job, and then it feels like you have some special skill that everybody wants in different countries.
That special skill at the first time was that I was willing to work in afternoon shift.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't like that, and it was like shift ending at 1 a.m.
Oh, I see.
So it's kind of off limits for a lot of people who have children, for example.
Oh, yeah.
So I was lucky with that one, and ever since that position, I've got a new job, and I like it very much. So
so cool.
so thanks to these, I feel absolutely motivated here.
Nice. We love that. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people that I meet, they mostly just somehow end up here, and I like how you said, it's just, it was more of a line of course of actions that happened that made you end up here. Yeah, which is kind of the same for me as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask the next question. How long do you see yourself here?
How long?
Yes.
Well, This is a tricky question because currently I enjoy living here, and as I mentioned, we have good jobs. We love what we are doing, but also I like to experience new people and new cultures. So I'm happy here, but it would be nice, to live in other countries as well. If I wouldn't have this feeling, probably I would feel I'm right.
Yeah.
Good enough here in Sofia.
Yes.
But for me, the perfect situation would be like moving to a new country in every 4 years.
Wow, you're such a adventure spirit.
And your fiance is the same.
She's the same.
Yeah, actually, she's like that, and I became kind of similar.
So she told you that.
I love how you guys kind of are sharing the same thing together.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice.
I was a little bit like a sit-at-home guy before we met.
So she actually made you feel
Yeah.
like, come on, we should do this and that and be excited about it,
Yeah, exactly.
Would you get married here, or would you go back to
I was
Hungary?
going to ask the same question.
So we are engaged since forever. I think we've got engaged in 2018.
Yes.
In April, and we were
before the COVID actually.
Yeah, before the COVID, and we were almost about to get married when the pandemic came, and we postponed our wedding like 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
And we ended up saying that let's just forget about it for a while. When things will go back to normal. This January we will be together since 8 years, and after 8 years, getting married or not, it's not
really the big. It's not the same. It's more a piece of paper.
Kind of like that.
I saw some blog posts where this couple is a traveler, and they would have a little wedding in every single country they go to. Not like a huge wedding, but like a little one.
That's a tradition.
I'm like, okay, it's really cute. At the same time, it's maybe
too much.
It's like too much.
A little bit too much. We're in a new country. Where we find the church and everything to get married? This is the first thing you do when you stop your phone.
But depending on the country, they give you that license, in that country, even if you're a tourist or whatever, right? And so it's we're married here and in this country, and I don't know, they had fun with that or something.
Actually, I pity the poor guy. Just imagine to remember all those anniversaries.
I'm sure they decided on one. I'm sure they'll decide on
this month we have anniversary because we married in this country. Next month we have anniversary because there should be gifts for every anniversary.
It's a good idea to get dates every week.
Nice. So
cool. So let's talk more about the life in Sofia. So which is your favorite place, such as restaurants that you we can find you there? Do you have such place?
A favorite place?
To go eat,
to go eat, it's we more like delivery guys. Actually.
Your delivery!
Deliveries, okay, so you can share what is your best delivery place.
Best delivery place, probably Carnivale.
Carnivale, okay.
It's very close to the South Park. It's on the Vitosha Boulevard.
You live in the center?
Yeah, I'm living in Lozenec.
Okay.
Close to the park center. So for eating, it's we like Carnival, but there are many places.
I'm really curious about the standard of deliveries here, because
how do you compare it?
The food, because are they good? When they deliver it, are they really fresh, and do they come on time? And I don't know.
Mostly, but I don't know. I don't really have anything to complain about regarding, but Lozenec is basically a hill.
Okay.
And when the delivery guys come by bike, they have to go up,
climb the
up
hill.
Here, climb the hill.
Yeah.
And I remember that I've seen some delivery guys in our street in winter time, you know.
Yes.
This thick snow and they were just climbing up
Wow.
here. And I was like, oh, those poor guys, I am so sorry for them to work in such a weather. So
Yeah.
And you're at that hill. You're at the top of this hill.
Not the top, but still, you know, they
You have to take
climb
a little.
bit.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
From that point, I think I've never complained to the delivery.
Yeah, this is my this hill. Like I've been living around here like for like all my life, so I hate this hill because when I'm in like underneath it, I need to either take some like transportation, like public transportation, or if I'm super tired, no taxi will take me because it's like just a hill, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm close to the end of the hill,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, okay, I may walk, but I may die at the end of the hill. So it's like this is like one of the most annoying things about living around here.
Yeah.
If you're like a pedestrian and you don't have a
I'm
car.
only asking because I do a small delivery takeout shop, so I'm always worried that it takes so long because the people, they don't live like right next to each other, but in Korea they do deliveries and like you get it in like 10 minutes. But like here I feel like
Bulgaria.
yeah, this is why like people still deliver and they're like ordering my food, but then I feel like it'll reach them very late and then it'll be not so good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I was wondering if like every restaurant is kind of, there's some kind of like it's not like the best because
I don't think that every restaurant thinks a lot like you. You're like that's the right way to think about it. Like, is my food gonna taste well? Is that? And I feel like many of the restaurants, they're just like, okay, we're just wanna finish this work. We're not like that thinking. Okay, there's some that might be thinking like that, which is good.
And I have
like, good job.
I have noodles as well. That's why. And then
her stuff is really tasty. You have to try it. Like it's
okay, but I'm saying the noodles. We can never imagine, people say put it on the menu, but then I can never imagine ordering noodles
and being cold.
And yes.
Yeah, cold noodles
right.
sounds like a disaster.
If it's not meant to be cold, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So.
But I think the standards of deliveries here in Bulgaria are quite similar to the Hungarian ones.
Okay.
So I couldn't realize
European
difference.
one.
I haven't been to Budapest yet, so
I've been once.
But the rent prices are higher. I remember something was higher. I remember
once, but for a very short time. We were just bypassing with one trip from my school when I was younger.
I think it's a beautiful city, and it's an amazing place as a tourist.
As a tourist.
Yeah.
You know, in the last couple of years, over-tourism hit a little bit Budapest, just like it hit like Rome or Venice.
Yeah.
Of course, not that much, but still.
It was insane there.
For example, in 2019, it was like after a Saturday night, the downtown of the city looked pretty trashy, you know, and there were a lot of not so pretty things on the streets. Let's just put
so
this
can
way.
I bring you back to the food part? Because like I wanna ask, of course, like as a Bulgarian, like what do you like in Bulgarian food? Like have you tried some traditional Bulgarian food?
Actually, I mean, I've tried all the mandatory ones.
Okay, what are the mandatory ones?
Okay, the mandatory
like
ones
the
are shopska salata, banica.
Yes.
And then I would say I like also tarator.
Tarator, yeah.
Okay.
So what's the thing with tarator? I mean,
what is it?
Tarator, it's
that's
like
gonna be an export for our
it's called soup, but I think it's
like,
not.
You probably wouldn't like it. It's yogurt with cucumbers and garlic.
Okay, I like garlic. I like.
It's like yogurt, like cold soup. It's like ayran, but with cucumbers and garlic maybe, and they put
it's like
some dew on it. It's not a dip. It's like with water, so you like eat it as a soup.
Because I don't like ayran. I don't like.
She doesn't like ayran.
I don't know how to say this. Ayran or ayran.
It's over for her. That's it. She wouldn't like it.
I actually love ayran. So
yeah, you see Europeans, you know.
So I think ayran is great, but I still don't really like the tarator soup. And you know the thing is, you are scrolling through the delivery sites like takeaway or something, and you check out like a traditional Italian restaurant, and there is tarator soup on the menu.
And everything is Bulgarized.
and or you check out a traditional, I don't know, American style restaurant or Japanese restaurant, and you can still find tarator soup.
Yeah, why not? This is very, very Japanese, you know. Like in general, I feel like in Asia they don't like yogurt.
It's soup consistency though? The consistency is soup?
Soup, yeah.
Oh.
I'll give you a try, don't worry.
I just
but it's cold soup.
Yeah,
cold
it's
soup,
strange.
Interesting.
But yeah,
I'm gonna go some tasting for you, you know.
And we've visited some villages and interesting places like we've been in Lovech, for example, where there are these caverns, I think.
I think it's a UNESCO site or something.
Yeah.
You guys know more than me. I think I've never been.
There's a site next to Lovech where like a lot of different endangered bat species live in caverns. Bats.
That dangerous.
Endangered.
Oh, endangered. Okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. And the other place we've been recently is Kapivshica.
Kapivshica. Oh, this is a very, very Bulgarian place. How do you like it?
It was amazing. I mean, there are a lot of house museums. That's how you call it, like Kështi Museum.
Yeah, exactly.
House museums.
Okay. And then it's
Kapivshica. This is the go-to place for foreigners to experience very Bulgarian-like culture.
Yeah.
And it's good you went there because I don't know. Did you manage to learn more about the history?
Yeah. We went through the museums, and a lot of famous people came from that region, and we've tasted some quite traditional food there as well. So.
Yeah, did you try some, I don't know, slatko, like jam or like
I don't remember.
I think it's hard to remember the names even if you try it sometimes.
Kapivshica is like really, really nice place. It's like a mountain,
it's a beautiful place.
And it's like you can really feel the spirit of our past. It's like with our history, you know, like this is one of the places where it's famous for
the architecture, or is it the art? There's artwork and stuff.
No, in our history, like we've been fighting against the Ottoman Empire, and basically that's one of the places that has the. I don't know.
Well, these freedom fighters gathered that place, and they come. Yeah,
they were gathering together, and it's like, I mean, definitely must go place.
Okay.
And the whole village is like quite traditional looking. So it's like
so they left
you
it
go
untouched,
back in time.
Yeah, you feel like you're back in time, and I've been there like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Before that, I've been as well. And the way of the architecture, the feeling there, the food, people around there are very like eager to explain to you about history and stuff, and you really feel like you're really kind of in the past, you know, and that's what is most special. And of course, there's like a traditional music there that they play around, and if you've been like to Mehana, you know, it's like a Bulgarian style restaurant. It's like typical Bulgarian. So in Sofia, I wouldn't say you feel that you experience this because it's a capital and it's more like urbanized. But there in the village, totally different story. So this was very nice to hear about Kapivshica. So thank you for sharing that.
It was a nice.
You always say thank you when somebody shares a good Bulgarian thing.
Because I admire people for like I don't know, sharing their experience and liking it. You know, it's really nice to hear that. So can we want to move to another question that we have is like.
Okay, let me ask about do you have a lot of Bulgarian friends or foreigner friends or what is it like?
I have a few Bulgarian friends, mostly from my previous job.
Cool.
When I moved here, I couldn't speak one word in Bulgarian. Well, actually, I could, but I will come back to this later.
Okay, yes.
So, I didn't speak the language, and there were lockdowns all the way around. So we couldn't really get a chance, to go out, have a beer, and
honestly,
and
I feel bad for you guys coming here in coronavirus, because it's very weird, like people here, we gather all the time. It's like a very European thing. You also know that it's not like in America. It takes like forever to gather with people, but here is like we gather, like for example, I call you today. Let's go for lunch. Let's go for dinner. It's like we jump on it like right away.
Well, if it wasn't for Corona, I wouldn't be here. So
thank you, Corona,
for being around, infecting 260 million people.
Right. Okay, so we are very thankful to Corona. We love you, Corona. We love you.
So I have some Bulgarian friends. I have some Hungarian friends, because there's a chat group in Facebook for Hungarians living in Sofia.
Is it a big community?
Yeah.
It's not like a tight community. It's like if you need some information, like what kind of documents they asked from you when you were passing the border.
Yeah.
We ask that. And I have some other foreigner friends. Recently I made a few new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you find it? What do you think about? Is it easy or not very or hard to find like new friends here in Bulgaria?
It's a little bit different than in Hungary, because in Bulgaria people won't invite you that easily to their own homes. In Hungary we do this a little bit differently, and I think Bulgarians are in general open people. Maybe a bit less open, or not. This is not the good word, but
no, I think I feel what you mean. Like
towards foreigners, they need a little bit more time. I think.
I think probably it comes from the fact that in the past we didn't have that many foreigners living here, and now we're like something new probably. And also many Bulgarians don't like living in Bulgaria, so they're very super surprised that the foreigners come here.
I don't know. For me, I don't know about the openness, but I feel like sometimes they're very suspicious.
Yeah,
that's also true.
I feel like, are you suspicious?
What is she doing here?
It's like, there's a lot of and then also,
is she doing some scheme?
I don't know. I didn't know if it was specifically about me or if it was specifically like that they're just suspicious. And I mean like Bulgarian, or suspicious in general, or maybe suspicious about the online community. I wasn't sure. But then like in the beginning, any post I would make, or even when I was looking for a house, I heard later on from my real estate agent, he said that another real estate agent reposted your post and then talked about how this has to be a fake post.
What?
Because one of them being that I'm Asian, and then a bunch of things.
Yeah, I think it's like something, it comes from like reading the news and hearing about like this happened in your countries or something. I don't know, like we might be really suspicious.
Yeah, and people think I'm joking all the time. Like they're like, are you in Korea? And you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, especially like to see
yeah.
Europeans here, like for us that's like okay, but like to see, for example, very different cultures that we have never, that like in general never lived here before.
Yes.
It was like a very big minority. It's interesting to us, and it's like we are like questioning the reason, as you said.
Yeah, but then later I realized it's not just suspicious of me and suspicious of me being here. They're generally suspicious about a lot of things.
Exactly.
It can happen.
No, because okay, that's one good thing to say, but in general, like you can expect anything to happen here. It's like. Even Bulgarian to Bulgarian, we can be also suspicious because you don't know, like, if this person is gonna like do some random cheating on you, like do some lie or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I see.
I don't know. Like, and from now I'm not gonna say they. I'll say you, because you're the Bulgarian of this podcast.
That's very nice. Like I'm you.
No, but
I'm not typical Bulgarian. I'm very untraditional.
funny because every Bulgarian friend I have say that about themselves.
I'm not a typical
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you share with us about your first day in Sofia?
Oh, that was a lovely day.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it was the 8th of July last year.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think it was.
If you remember that, you
It
know
was-
you
You remember the day.
It
Wow.
was a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
See how good I am.
Nice.
We came by flight, and when we moved here, we didn't just immediately rented an apartment. First, we moved to an Airbnb,
Mm.
so we would have some time to check out the locations and the apartments and decide where we want to live in this city. So we stayed in an Airbnb at the Patriarch FTV, which is right in the city center.
Yeah, that's very nice.
So I remember we arrived, we put down our stuff and we went for a walk. And from the Airbnb, it was like 80 meters to the Vitoshka.
Oh, nice.
So, and this time was between kind of like two waves of the virus. So
wow.
basically, there were barely any bad news around that time, and there were a lot of people on the Vitoshka, and so we just walked out and went to the streets, and a lot of people. It was very like a vivid and amazing picture in my head. And we just looked in the northern direction, and all of these people walking back and forth on the Vitosha Boulevard.
Oh, so you loved the Vitosha Boulevard and the vibe there.
Yeah, and the other direction we seen the mountain, and there are no such big mountains in Hungary at all.
So have you been to the mountain?
I've been in the mountains since then, not even once, but I remember that it was very, very cool seeing it from the first time from the Vitosha.
Nice.
I think it's interesting because a lot of people have really good first days, or the opposite.
That's
yeah,
true.
not
It's
really
very
like
interesting.
middle.
Yeah,
just like a lukewarm type day.
Yeah.
I also had a really nice first day as well. So
Okay,
yeah.
that's good then. Interesting.
Okay, ask the next question.
Okay, ask the next question, because it's like related to like something fun. So, what do you think of the music in Bulgaria in general? Do you like it? And have you been to Bulgarian music place?
Not really. If I want to be honest, it's like if I listen music, I'm going for the mainstream. So I don't even listen too much.
Mainstream.
I don't even listen too much Hungarian music. So
I like pop. I just like Ariana Grande. Can I just listen to
I've
Ariana
seen
Grande
her.
in a what?
I've seen her on the concert.
Ariana Grande?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Here?
No.
I don't know where if she's been here or not.
No, I
but-
don't think she's been here, but I went. She wasn't famous back then. I went to like a
Wow.
big festival concert in LA.
Was she ever not famous?
She wasn't famous yet. I mean, she was like starting her career, to getting famous in the music industry, right?
But she started as Disney.
Yeah, I mean, she was already famous with Disney, but for the music
Yeah.
career, I was there for the
But I'm just saying, I just want to listen to pop songs.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
Yeah, so it's like that. I don't listen to much not mainstream music, I think, but when I hear sometimes some Bulgarian music, I think they sound a little bit familiar to me.
It sounds like pop, like every concert.
yeah.
I mean
So,
just
you probably have listened to
Oh,
some
it's
like
similar to Hungary.
pop music, like for example on the radio, they put sort of like pop everywhere, and then they put like some Bulgarian pop songs, which could be also in English. We have very good one in English as well, but we also have like in Bulgarian, which is like
No, I think Balázs is also you're also talking about the traditional Bulgarian.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah.
Myself don't like the very traditional, the folklore one.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes I cannot stand it.
Yeah. But since we belong to the same region, Hungarian pop music has similar vibe, even though the language is completely different.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to come back to this one because the Hungarian people actually arrived to this region way after the Bulgarian ones. So before that, Hungarians were a nomadic tribe.
Nomadic tribe. Oh, that's a very interesting thought.
Did you mix with your tribe?
And because of that, when we moved here like more than 1,000 years ago, we took a lot of words from the Bulgarian language.
Wow, so you do know some words.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting.
We say, for example, puika as well, but a lot of things are completely the same. Like we say shonka. Shonka, this is ham.
Ham.
Okay, so for you it's very nice living here because you know some words also, right?
Some words are almost the same or the same.
How come I didn't know that? I feel like, how come I didn't know that,
Well, it's, I don't know, you have to experience it probably.
I should go to Budapest again.
Yeah, spend some weeks there and you will realize that a lot of...
similarities.
And there are some very, very interesting things. For example, there's an expression in Hungarian, kesekusa, which means something is quiet, like tangled, we mainly say for hair to be kesekusa. When you wake up.
Kesekusa.
Yes.
Short hair.
Yeah.
Okay, kasakus.
And it means short hair in Bulgarian. And kesekusa just itself doesn't mean anything in Hungarian, but we use it for people who have very messy hair.
Oh.
And I can imagine that like 1,000 years ago, a Hungarian and a Bulgarian met, and one of them had very messy hair. And one of them pointed to the messy hair, and what is this? It's
Maybe he said short hair.
The Bulgarian guy said it's a short hair, and the Hungarians started to use kesekusa for everything which is messy.
I think it's interesting that you thought about this maybe possible encounter.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
So is there any thoughts about Bulgarians in Hungary? Like they think Bulgarians are a certain way, or is there something like that?
Well, in general, we kind of belong to the same region. So this is.
And there's no animosity, right? Like between the two countries?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I feel like we are like very in good relation.
Yeah. We've never been in a serious war, at least not in the last few hundred years. I think so. There's no bad relationship. But we belong to the same region, so it's kind of like we share some origins, we share some belongings with the Bulgarians. Of course, we know that, for example, Bulgaria has a little bit weaker economy than Hungary. So of course we have the idea that probably salaries are a little bit lower here and stuff like this.
And it is probably.
Yeah, but there's no preconception or anything like that.
Do you do Quora? Is the question thing? Okay, so I didn't know Bulgarian in the beginning, so I was just asking, like Googling and stuff about Hungary, Bulgaria, because just the whole region. And then now it just keeps recommending me things that people ask, and then it also includes Hungary, and then they're like, and then it'll be like, what's the one thing that Hungarians hate to be asked? are you hungry?
Are you hungry?
And I was like, gosh, do people really ask this?
Never heard that joke before.
New joke. You came up with a new joke. Wow.
It's not me. I didn't come up with it. It's the internet.
Sometimes
I don't want to be credited for this.
Sometimes they ask it like this, or sometimes they ask it like, "Oh, are you hungry, Hungarian?"
Oh my gosh.
Hungry, like
okay, like a hunger. That's cuter.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
Please. Yeah, I'm sure it's because it's not funny. It's not funny. Right now it's funny because you're thinking about it, but it's not. I'm sure it's not funny.
So we wanna ask our last question, right?
Wait. So what question do you not like to be asked in Bulgaria?
What questions
Do you not like to be
I
asked?
wouldn't like to be asked from me here in Bulgaria.
Or have you been asked questions
That you don't like?
from foreigners or Bulgarians here, and then like repeatedly, and that you don't like it?
Oh my god, I've never
Really?
been thinking about this. I mean,
This is just a personal question then for me.
you know, it's like people don't ask many questions from me. I don't know why.
They don't ask me many questions.
Maybe
like,
I'm a suspicious foreigner, you know.
No, you actually you don't look very very foreigner to me. Like
You look Bulgarian?
Yeah,
You look
kind of.
Bulgarian?
Yes.
I don't know what a Bulgarian look is actually, so.
I mean, he kind of might pass for Bulgarian as well. I think.
Sometimes when I go to the little shops, you know, and I talk Bulgarian with an accent, they look surprised.
Oh, there was something in Bulgarian.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a teacher.
Oh,
We
nice.
started to learn last year. Now we put the project on a hold. For a
No,
while.
that's fine. Like you can tell us like
But-
Kasi.
Yeah. I hope actually my Bulgarian is a little better than.
Okay, that's fine.
But anyway, you can tell, you would be able to tell a Bulgarian from looking, like difference between that he's this person is Bulgarian and not.
Sometimes you're confused though.
Okay.
You can confuse like for example countries which are nearby here. I mean we're very similar with like around our neighbors like Serbia, Macedonia. You know like
Yeah.
we're kind of the same.
But like
Not really,
like
They're here for that.
region wise, there are some differences. So. You know, for example, as you are getting closer, for example, to Greece,
Yeah.
people start to get a little bit darker skin tone because of the
Yes.
more sun
Okay.
and stuff like that. You know.
No, because I have a question that Bulgarians ask me all the time. Are you from North or South Korea? And I will die if I'm asked again. I will die.
That's.
I'm asked this all the time.
Isn't it obvious that you're from the south?
All the time. I would say.
I wouldn't ask you that.
I would say minimum 100 times. I'm not joking.
And.
Okay, but I have a friend from North Korea, so
Have-
it's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever tried to say yes, I'm a North Korean agent?
Yeah,
and,
you should do that.
Sometimes I
For
say.
fun.
Sometimes I just say
I'm
sure.
spy.
Like they'll be guessing by themselves, and I'll just like sure I am.
You know you have
You should
such
say
a
I'm not-
power in your hand. I mean,
Yeah, you have.
I would misuse it every single time.
Yeah, I would actually joke with people and say, yes, I'm from North Korea and I'm here to spy you.
But sometimes when I'm on the phone with some kind of customer service, then they would be like, I don't know which Korea you're from, but you have to realize our administration is more like North Korea. I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, that sounds
Creepy.
strange. Okay.
Right?
Right?
And
We're from. We're not North Koreans, but here is like North Korea. So
No, I would say something like this: that yes, I'm North Korean. I just finished my training. There's like 17 objects in this room. What I used to kill you.
No, but this is interesting because when people think North Korea, and they ask me that, half of them think about the agent, like me being an agent of
Yeah.
some kind, and
Yeah.
half thinking an escapee or something. So it's all a different story.
Yeah. Agent or SPP.
Yeah, but refugee.
Refugee.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, stuff happens, and then like we know about the news about North Korea and like Asia in general. Like, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
For sure. Fun
Yeah.
in you know.
You can ask the last question.
Yeah, like the fun question is like, what was your best day in Sofia?
Best day.
That's that.
The best, simply the best.
Simply the best.
Or like experience, like something you told like was
Best experience. Well, actually, that was last night.
Oh, very recent, nice.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know about D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, yes.
Oh, you're a fan of that?
So tabletop role playing, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I've played some games back in Hungary, my fiancé as well, but we haven't played since a while. And recently we just formed a group.
Oh,
It's
so cool.
it's an interesting one. We have a Cuban couple,
Nice.
a Danish guy,
Oh.
and an Italian guy.
Oh wow, that's
And-
cool.
and-
I actually always wanted to try this. Like,
It's pretty awesome. And me with my fiance, and we started to play recently. Yesterday we had a session. We finished it after midnight. That's why I look like this.
No,
so
you
good.
look very fresh. I
You're very
thought.
fresh compared to me.
Oh. I'm happy you say that.
Yeah.
And this is very nice. I mean, I love to do this. I am the storyteller.
Yeah.
Right now,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
And they are playing their own characters.
Mm-hmm.
I should try that. Do you
Yeah.
play in center Sofia in next to Solepo somewhere?
We play at each other's apartments.
Ah, okay. Because there is places that you can gather with other people. There's like competitions and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about these places, but I think we are just going to each other's places because
Oh,
that's
nice,
the most
nice.
simple one. And we all love this, and this is
Cool.
pretty fun.
I can see you have a smile.
Yeah. You're like,
Am I not smiling enough?
You have a smile. Like it was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this because when you play a story with a character which is not you, but still you are moving it. Your real personality just comes out, and
Yeah. That's cool.
yeah,
Very exciting.
all of the guys like torturing prisoners and and stuff like that during the game. They just release their anger during these sessions. So
All right. And this interview was very informative about
Very
Hungary.
informative about Hungary. Like, really thank you for sharing all that. It was amazing. Like, I learned so many things from you. So really thank you for that. And
Yes.
happy to hear that.
It was
pleasure.
it was a pleasure,
Yeah.
and we'll have our
For me
own
too.
private conversation afterwards.
Yeah. Which is gonna be interesting. But sorry, guys. All right. So thank you very much. And
Thank you too.
Bye.
Bye.